ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಯಾ? ஒரு 2 minutes டைம் இருக்குன்னா வருவாங்க சொன்னா அப்புறம் பேசுறேன். இப்போ பேசுங்க. 1 minute நான் திருப்பி எல்லாமே செட்டப் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணனும் அதுக்காக தான். ஓகே. Good evening students. ஏ வேறனா வரல ஆன்லைன் வந்துச்சு இல்ல. ஆன்லைன்ல பாருங்க. பிஸியா? இப்படி guidelines ఇచ్చారుగా COVID-19 guidelines.
అవును ఇప్పుడు అంటే కోచింగ్ సెంటర్స్ నాట్ అలౌడ్. లాక్డౌన్ వచ్చేసి. So my next thing
student just stay on line for 2 minutes. We'll start the class. Good evening students, how are you? Guys, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
How is going?
Good, sir.
Yeah. So anything practiced from NCERT textbook? Getting any kind of difficulty solving the numericals? Students,
No,
please.
sir.
Shall we do some numericals or shall we move to some other topic? Guys, I'm waiting for your reply. Shall we do some more numericals? You want some more numericals or we will start a new topic?
Sir, what is the new topic?
New topic, I am planning to start permutations and combinations. In your mind, if you are having anything, please let me know. The order I am planning is according to the board order. I think the board gave an order for us. Am I right? What is the order we have? Trigonometric functions, and after that linear inequalities. After linear inequalities, students, please respond. What happened? Everybody became silent. After linear inequalities, talking about second term portions order, man. Sets and functions we already completed because trigonometric functions and algebra, linear inequalities, permutations and combination is the order. After that, coordinate geometry, conic sections and introduction to three-dimensional derivatives and probability. So I thought to go according to our syllabus order, but if your schools are sorted separately a different topic, all schools together, I need your inputs, then only I can able to start. Starting a new topic is not a problem. Is it okay? I can start permutations and combinations, or we can go for conic sections, or we can complete the probability in this week by taking one extra session in end of the week. Which one you want? 3 options. Please, quickly. Guys, will able to hear?
So we can go with permutations.
Yes, Amsini. Any
Sir,
other?
conic sections.
Conic sections. See. See, permutations and combination is type. If I started, it will continue up to binomial theorem. Together we are going to discuss. If I started conic sections, it is conic sections and 3D geometry. Or we can start probability and we can wind it up 1 or 2 sessions because very small topic from the probability for us. Am I right?
The binomial theorem is deleted, right?
It's not technically related, but it's a continuation of probability. Binomial theorem is deleted completely.
Yes, sir, that's what they do.
Sorry, yes, they deleted completely. But at least introduction I will give you. It will be useful for your higher sessions. Binomial theorem is actually important, but I don't take much. 15-20 minutes I will give the introduction. Okay? What happened? Became silent. Don't want?
So then we can take conic sections, sir.
Yeah, permutations and combinations, even permutation and combinations also, we are having fundamental principle of counting, factorial of n, permutations and combination, formula for NPR and NCR, and simple applications. We don't have any circular permutations and all. That is also almost majority of things are deleted only. We will wind up algebra if I am taking permutations and combination. That's the reason I planned. Quickly, we'll decide and we'll move to the topic. Insert conic sections, Samsini, then?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. What is meant by section, students? Generally, what is mentioned by section? 9th class A section, B section. What is meant by section?
A part.
Part of one group, correct? Part of one group. Let's see what is the scope of the syllabus in conic sections. In conic sections, sections of a cone, circle, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, standard equations, and simple properties of parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola, and standard equation of a circle. Simple properties we are not going to deal in depth of the conic sections. That means little bit higher level, not required. Just what are the basics? First of all, we have to know the definitions of a section. Section means some part of something. Suppose if I am taking a 9th standard in your section, 9th standard you belongs to section A, B, or some names will be there for that. Same as in plane figures, we are having different kind of curves. Some standard curves we already done. If f of x is equal to x square, I am calling as it's a parabolic equation. If circle is a plane equation, and hyperbola we are having, and ellipse we are having. So how I can represent these C's into an expressions or an equations? How I can represent analytically? Suppose like straight line, a linear equation is called a straight line. A quadratic equation can be represented in graphically. You will get a parabola. So how it is generated? Actually, these four plane figures, circle, hyperbola, ellipse, and parabola, is developed from a solid figure. Solid figure is called cone. If I cut the cone in such a way with a proper conditions, there are certain conditions, proper conditions, I will generate these plane figures. Let's say you can try at home also if you want, if you are willing to. If it is in physical space, at least we can try a little. Like, let's see. First of all, what is a cone? What is a right circular cone? Sorry to mention, it's a right circular cone we have to cut. We are cutting the cone using, that means some section. Cutting the cone. How we are cutting, I already mentioned here condition. In this condition, section concept will come. Section means what she said, some part of one group. So here the part of the cone is a circle. Some part of the cone is a hyperbola. All these four plane figures are generated from by cutting the cone, by sectioning the cone. That's the reason these four figures are called conic sections. So part of these plane figures are generated from the section. These four figures are generated from the cone. That's the reason this is called conic sections. So first, to understand this, before going to this, we will try to understand first about the cone. What is meant by cone, students? What is meant by cone? How it looks? How you can define a cone? Yes, anyone? Students, I'm asking you. Anyone? How we can say how the cone is generated? Anyone? You already done in 10th standard, no? Cone. What is the meaning of right circular cone? Guys, some reply, guys. Able to hear me or not? Students, are you there? Everyone? Okay, at least open the textbook and let me know what is a cone. I think all are online only. How you can explain how the cone is generated? I will show you one small example for some other object. The same way can you? Suppose if I am having, this is one line, I am considering this is an axis, this is another line. If I am rotating this axis with a common distance, the volume generated or the surface generated is a cylinder. The surface generated is a cylinder. Like that, how we can discuss the cone? Think for a few minutes. I'll be back within 2 minutes. Guys, will you able to hear me? Within Hamsini, how we will define a cone and what are the different parts of the cone? Please open the textbook, go through it and let me know. Students, any answers?
Sir, a cone has a one-sided circular flat end and other side it has a pointed end.
Yes. In detail. It is generated. One side it is fixed with one end, and another side it is rotating in a circular path with respect to one line. Then the surface is formed is cone. Suppose there is a line like this and another line, and you are rotating in any one direction like this. So whatever the surface is generated, that is cone. This axis of generation, this is called axis of the cone. About this line only it is rotating. I am taking a cone like this. This is called axis. This is base. And this is called slant height. Technically, in geometry, the slant height we are calling as generator. If this axis is perpendicular to the base, then it is called right circular cone. If this axis is not perpendicular to the base, it is not a right circular cone. How the not right circular cone looks? This is also a cone, but it is not right circular cone. The angle with respect to slant height and the generator and the axis. In case of geometry mensuration, the slant height and the height of the cone, that is axis of the cone, is known as semi-vertex angle. Where all the lines, this is called generators, all will meet at one point, this is called vertex of the cone. And this is the base of the cone. The base is a circular shape, and the diameter of the circle is called diameter of the cone, and radius of the circle, that base circle is called radius of the cone. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, from the definition, a section is cut off from a circular cone by a plane in various ways. A section cut off from a circular cone, because the base is a circular. You should not say non-circular cone. Non-circular cone, how it will looks? It's a non-circular cone where the base is not a circle. You can find out. You can generate like this also. The way how the generator is moving will form a shape like this. It's a non-circular cone. So the section cut off from a circular cone by a plane in various ways. By a plane in various ways. The various ways will define different kind of shape. Suppose if I am taking a cone, This is a cone, and the line joining of the center of the both the bases is called axis of the cone. Looks like this. If it is hollow, I can see an imaginary dotted line which is inside this cone is known as axis of the cone. I am taking a plane. A plane is like a plain paper. I am cutting which is passing through, which is parallel to any base. I cut like this. And it will divide here like this. Whatever the shape I can see here is a circular shape. Or even if you cut here like this and remove it, you can see a shape of circle here. That means what is the angle between the section and the axis? The angle between the section and axis is pi by 2. If theta is equal to pi by 2, if I am cutting a cone in such a way, the section plane is horizontal to base, or technically the angle between the section plane and the axis is 90 degrees. If the angle between the section plane and axis of the cone is pi by 2 radians, then it will looks like this. After cutting, if I am removing the part, it looks like a frustum of the cone at the bottom, and this shape is a circle. So this is how the shape formed by the section, the shape formed due to the cutting of the section is known as circle. The plane figure we can see is a circle. This is how we can define the circle in a different way also. In a plane geometry point of view, you can define locus of all the points which is equidistant from a fixed point. That is called circle. Another definition of the circle is locus of or family of all the points, collection of all the points which is equidistant from a fixed point. Locus of all the points which is equidistance from a fixed point. This is also another definition, another way of defining. This fixed point is called center, this equidistance is called radius, then it is a circle. But it is formed from the solid figure also. This solid figure is nothing but cone. And if you are cutting a, if I am using a section and cutting a cone in such a way, the angle between the plane and the axis of the cone is 90 degrees. Whatever the shape you are getting, whatever the shape it is appearing after cutting is known as circle. This is how circle will form from the cone. Is it clear before going to the next?
Yes, sir.
The second one is, I am making my section an angle with respect to axis. How many ways we can make an angle with respect to axis? Suppose if I am taking a cone, the cone will be defined. There are different parts of the cone. We know already what is this part? Axis. The angle between the center. This is called generator. In our language, it is called slant height. The angle between the axis of the cone and slant height is known as semi-vertex angle alpha. Alpha is semi-vertex angle of the cone. If I am dividing a cone in such a way, like this, I am cutting. My plane is like this. Now, if I am looking into this, the angle between plane and axis is some angle theta. This is angle of at what angle you are cutting the thing. So I can see this is a point of cutting. I can see a shape like this. I am cutting with an angle. This angle must be, if I want to get a parabola, this is a parabola shape. When I will get this is a parabola, if theta is in between or alpha must be less than theta, less than pi by 2. If my angle is greater than semi-vertex angle and less than pi by 2 radians, then whatever the shape appearing is a parabola. But plane geometry point of view, I am having another definition parabola. From conic section point of view, this is a definition of the conic section. If the section is cutting a cone in such a way, the cutting angle, the angle between the section and axis is in between alpha and pi by 2, where alpha is semi-vertex angle, theta is angle between axis and the cutting plane, and pi by 2 is 90 degrees, pi by 2 radius. So whatever the shape appeared after removing, that shape is known as parabola. Hello. That means if I am looking the cone after I am cutting, it will look like this, because I am cutting in a different way, not exactly horizontal to this. I will it look like this after cutting. This shape is known as parabola. So when parabola will form, are you clear? Is it clear when parabola is forming? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I am cutting the plane exactly with equal to semi-vertex angle, this is semi-vertex angle, and my angle of cutting is exactly equal to semi-vertex angle. That means theta is equal to alpha. If I am maintaining theta is equal to alpha, it will cut like this. It is not possible to cut only like this. Definitely, it will cut in such a way the base and top of the cone. So I will get sections like this, or it will cut like this. The bottom of the base is cutting like this. So you will get a section like this. We will draw with the red color. And top also one more section like this you will get. This is called parabola. If I am maintaining the angle between the section is equal to semi-vertex angle and the plane is cutting in such a way the base of the cone, whatever the shape I am getting is a parabola. So understood when parabola will come? Students, is it clear? So how I can make it if I'm using theta is equal less than alpha? If I'm using theta is equal less than alpha. What is the meant by theta is equal less than alpha? I can take 0 degrees also. If I'm cutting a plane like this, what are the shape you are getting? I'm remove this one. So you will get like this. This is hyperbola. If theta is equal to less than alpha, we'll get hyperbola. And if you observe all these cases, these are all the cases where the plane should not pass through vertex. So I can get two different cases here. With all these possible angles, if it is passing through vertex, what will happen if it is vertex is this one? If it is not passing through origin, how we can define? I will write here. Please make a note if you want. Instead of remembering the diagrams, with respect to cutting angle and semi-vertex angle, what? If the plane passes through the plane means the cutting plane, section plane. If the plane passes through vertex O, where vertex means vertex of the cone, the curve of intersection, is a pair of straight lines passing through the vertex. Is a pair of straight lines. Pair of straight lines means if two lines are passing through a single point, that two lines are called pair of straight lines. Passing through vertex, which are one is real and distinct. That means we can see the lines. You can see the lines if I'm cutting like this. It's real lines and distinct for theta less than alpha. Second one is coincident for theta is equals alpha. That is, the plane touches the cone. The plane touches the cone. The third one is unreal case, which is complex. In complex plane only we can able to understand this one. Imaginary for theta is greater than alpha. See, all these conditions, the plane must pass through the vertex of the cone. Suppose if this is a cone, if I am cutting exactly like this, if I am cutting exactly like this, angle between them is 0 degrees. How it looks? We will get like this. These are the two pair of straight lines. We will get two pair of straight lines. If I am making an angle and passing through this, if I am cutting like this, theta is less than alpha. If theta is equal to alpha means what? Like this. If I have to cut like this, suppose this cone is like this, theta is equal to alpha means this is my cutting plane. This is my cutting plane, which is touching the cone. We'll get coincident theta is equal to alpha, that plane touches the cone. So if it is theta is greater than alpha, like if I'm cutting like this, passing through vertex, imaginary lines, or if I'm only the option I can cut like this, you'll get a imaginary lines. But if the cutting plane is not passing through vertex, if the cutting plane is not passing through vertex, another case, if the cutting plane is not passing through vertex, the curve of intersection is called first point, a circle if theta is equal to pi by 2, a parabola for theta is equal to alpha, that is plane parallel to the generator of PQ. An ellipse, circle means it is like this, parabola means it looks like this. An ellipse for theta is greater than alpha, next one, hyperbola for theta is less than alpha, hyperbola always will be represented like this. The two figures. The plane cut off both the cones. In above cases, it will cut off only one cone, but in the last case, the plane will cut off both the cones if you are maintaining theta is less than alpha. So these all the four figures are generated from the cone. That's the reason these four sections, these are the cutting curves of intersection is called conic sections, because these four standard plane figures are generated from the by sectioning a cone. That's the reason we will call these four sections are called conic sections. This is geometrically, like practically how I can say these are all the conic sections. Is it clear what I'm saying? Students, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what is the first conic section they started to discuss. 1 second. What is chapter number 11 or 12? Raghav?
So 11, sir.
Yeah. Section of a cone, upper nipple, lower nipple, generator, plane of cutting. Here they took alpha and beta, we took alpha and theta. That's only the different degenerated conic sections. We discussed all these things. If it is passing through, these are the cases which is passing through vertex, 4 cases. And if it is not passing through vertex, we'll get sorry, if it is not passing through vertex also they mentioned, it seems. Yes, this is not. Yeah, these are the sections which is not passing through the vertex. If you look into this, the first section, 90 degrees, if beta is 90 degrees, is a circle. If beta is greater than, sorry, if beta is equal to, if beta is equal to alpha, semi-vertex angle, then it is an ellipse. If beta is equal to alpha, that is, see here, if beta is equal to alpha, that's a parabola. Beta is less than alpha, then it is a hyperbola. If it is passing through vertex, these are the situations. You will get a straight line only. This is the definition of a straight line. practically from the conic section. So straight line, pair of straight line also you can call as a conic sections, part of the section. But we are going to discuss only 4 things. First one is circle, and the next one we are going to discuss is parabola, and after that we are going to discuss ellipse, and after ellipse we will discuss hyperbola. So how we can discuss the circle? Each and every time I can't draw. Each and every time I can't draw a cone and I will cut the cone and I will form it. I already told you another definition analytically how we can define these conic sections. Each and every conic section is having its own analytical discussion. Circle I already told you. What is the circle definition? What is the circle definition? According to our previous discussion, students, what is the definition of circle? Anyone can able to recollect? Just a few minutes back we discussed the definition of the circle, please. Guys, anyone please discuss. Just only happened now. What is the definition of the circle? Analytically, how we can discuss the circle definition? Students, please respond.
Sir, locus of a point from a fixed locus of a point.
Collection of all the points or family of all the points, like that you can start. Yeah, please proceed. How we can define a circle?
The locus of a point which moves in such a way that its distance from a fixed point is always constant.
Yeah. But when I'm talking analytically, we have to create an equation. Like if I'm giving an equation, if I'm substituting xy values, if I'm plotting a graph, I'm getting a straight line. Like that, circle is also a plane figure which you can able to draw on a graph. So how I can represent in an equation form? First, we'll start with the definition of the circle again. I will write the definition of the circle here. And we'll see the equation of the circle and standard equation of the circle. Definition of the circle is a circle defined as the locus of a point which moves in a plane such that its distance from a fixed point in that plane, it's the previous definition also fine. This is little bit refined definition. Distance from a fixed point in that plane is always constant. Is always constant. Let's see ideally how it can look. How I can say how it looks circle. Suppose if I am taking this one, this end is a fixed point and this end is a movable point, a random variable point. So if I'm fixing this point and I can able to move in a particular plane. Plane means you should not move up randomly like this. I can move only in vertical plane. Vertical plane means if I'm keeping on the screen, I can move only on the screen like this. So this is moving in different positions. If I'm joining all these positions of this point, that is called circle. What are the shape you are getting? That is called circle. Generally, we know how to draw the circle using our compasses. We are fixing one end of the compass at one point and pencil point is on some other location, and we will move over the page like this. So automatically we will get a shape called circle like this. This fixed point is called center, and the points on this circle is called points on the circle infinity number of points are there, and the distance between any point on the circle to the center is called radius, and the chord passing through the center is called diameter. These are all the things we got from the circles concept from grade 10. So here we are just started with the definition of the circle. But if I'm drawing the circle in a coordinate plane, how I can define the equation of this one? Equation of this circle. In this, what are the fixed parameters? In this, what are the fixed parameters? What are the variable parameters? Anyone? Students? What are the fixed parameters and what are the variable parameters in this? That means once I drawn, what are the different variables and what are the fixed thing? The fixed thing is distance between the any point on the circle. I am talking any point on the circle. I am getting n number of points here. This is another point. This is, I don't know, so many points I can fit on the circle. But the distance from center, this center point is always fixed. I am taking h comma k is the center, and this is any point generally I will take in coordinate system is xy. I don't know, because it can be any point, it is a variable. Any point on the circle means there are so many points on the circle, but when I'm talking about center of the circle is only fixed, and the distance between h comma k and any point on the circle is r. Instead of r, what I'm taking is a units. So if I'm applying the distance formula, what I will get? If I'm applying the distance formula, what I will get here, students? X minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square under the root is equal to radius. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to a square. If I'm expanding, x square plus y square minus 2hx minus 2ky plus h square plus k square minus a square is equal to 0. If I'm considering these are all some constants. X square plus y square minus x square plus y square plus 2 into some constant into x minus, sorry, plus 2 into some constant into y plus some other constant. If any equation in this format, then this equation represents a circle. The center of the circle will be decided by these three constants, and the radius of the circle also decided by these constants. Is it clear what I am trying to say? This is the standard equation of a circle. Is it clear, students, what I am trying to say? Or you can write like this also. From here, I can write the standard equation of a circle is x square plus y square plus 2ax plus 2by plus c is equal to 0. 2ax plus 2by plus c is equal to 0. From this, you can able to calculate the radius, and you can able to calculate the center of the circle based on the given data. This is the standard equation of the circle located anywhere in the plane. If the center is 0, 0 and radius is a, how we can define the what is the standard equation of a circle? If the center of the circle is 0, 0 and radius is there, if the center of the circle is 0, 0 and radius is, the circle is looking like this, where the center is 0, 0, any point on the circle is x, y, and the distance from any point on the circle is a. So my x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square is equal to a square. X square plus y square is equal to a square, which represents a standard equation of circle with center, origin and radius A. Is it clear? The circle is passing through center, doesn't have constant. That is different. That will come under standard equation. Is it clear, students? What is the standard equation of a circle? Students, please.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Yeah. So we are having very basic level numericals. We don't have much. They will give equation of a circle. They will ask us to calculate the center and radius of the circle, or they will give center and radius and they will ask us to calculate the equation of the circle, or they will give 3 points. They will ask us to calculate the equation of the circle passing through these 3 points. This is only the scope of the syllabus. Let's see what is the scope of the syllabus from the NCERT textbook for us. After that, we will go a little bit higher level numericals from this. Yeah. If you know the definition of the circle, it will be easy to understand how to do the questions. They gave the center and they gave the radius. They are asking us to calculate the equation of the circle. So when I am talking about first question, center is 0, 2, radius is 2. Any point on the circle is x comma y. So the relation between 3 parameters is x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to 2 square. If I expand, I will get the equation of the circle. Please expand and let me know what is the equation of the circle for the first question. Or if I am taking this is h comma k and this is a and this is x comma y, the standard equation of the circle is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to a square. Using formula also you can remember, using definition also you can able to solve these 5 questions. So can you do the first question and let me know what is the final standard equation? Please students, please solve and let me know.
Sir, x square plus y square minus 4y equal to 0.
X square plus y square, no constant because this is whole thing is x square plus y square minus 4y. How much?
Equal to 0.
Plus 4. Correct? Is equal to 4 cancel. So the final equation is x square plus y square minus 4y is equal to 0. That is, it is passing through origin also. Already told you in the functions concept and in algebra also once, if any expression doesn't have any constant, that curve is passing through origin. Anyone can recollect that point? Will you agree? So these are all the same way. This is like h comma t, this is a. Same way here also. X plus a whole square plus y plus b whole square is equal to root of a square minus b square whole square. This is x plus a whole square plus y plus b whole square is equal to a square minus b square, x square plus a square plus 2ax, y square plus b square plus 2by is equal to a square minus b square. A square can cancel. If I am writing into standard format, x square plus y square plus 2ax plus 2by plus 2b square is equal to 0. Is it clear? Student, please respond. Is the same answer you got for the fifth question? Or any different answer?
Yes, sir. Same, sir.
Yeah, tomorrow we will see some other questions related to the circles. What there is no much big deal in this question. They will do the equation of a circle. They will ask us to find out the center and radius of the circles, or they will give different conditions. See 10th question to 15th question. Indirectly, they are asking. They will give 2 points, and they will relate it to our straight lines concept. Find the equation of a circle which is passing through these 2 points, and the center is lying on this point. So how to solve these questions we will see in tomorrow class. So we'll meet in next class. Anyone having any doubts can stay back, or otherwise we'll meet in next class. I can close the class.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We'll
Okay, sir.
meet in next class. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.